Kevin Anderson, well done on your first main draw win here. How did that feel?
Yeah, great. I definitely knew coming in here that played main draw here a few years now and haven't been able to get a win. Came pretty close the last a couple times. Pretty disappointing result last year, but kind of put that up my mind. Just I know it's cliche, but really just focus. Just sort of one step at a time. And afterwards, feel happy to get through. Obviously, it's not my goal of getting just the second round, but it definitely feels good. It'll personal achievement to have finally won around here.
And now you had a very special off-season, getting married. Can you tell us a little bit about your wedding and your honeymoon?
Yeah, it was great. We got married on the 26th of November, just in Glenview, which is where my wife Kelsey's from. It's about 130 people. I mean, it was fun. It was all my friends from college came. It's always different, spending so much time together, and everybody sort of lives all over the States. And then I had my parents came from South Africa. I had a couple of friends from South Africa. I had a couple. The people who I stay with here, the Jameses, actually came over as well. So it was just a really special occasion. And then we went to St. Lucia in the Caribbean for about 10 days or so afterwards. So it was definitely a different off season. Obviously one that I'm going to remember forever.
And did you have time for training after that?
I did, about 10 days in voluntaries, and it was a little tricky because at the end that's when my knee started bugging me a bit. So obviously I had to take a different path from there. But I think still did some good work there, and being able to pick up on it a little bit here.
And your wedding came at the end of a career best year for you, winning your first title in Johannesburg and reaching the top 30. How do you hope to build on that this season?
I think it's important to look back and see the improvements that I've made, and obviously build upon those. I think just spending another year playing with the best players in the world, I think it's an invaluable means of me improving. I think the biggest thing this year will just be those few matches, the third rounds, at big tournaments where the points really pick up a lot. I didn't have the best success against sort of the top 20 opponents last year, so that's something I'm going to have to pick up. If I want to finish this year top 20, which I do. But as you said, I was very happy with last year. A lot of good things, so we'll definitely build upon that this year.
And you're playing here at the Australian Open for the 5th time. How do you enjoy the weather, the atmosphere, the fans here in Melbourne?
Oh, it's great. Just at my match, out of nowhere, there was a whole group of supporters. I think definitely one of the distinguishing characteristics of Australian Open, just the amount of crowd support. I mean, you hear people chanting, and it's definitely a different atmosphere to any of the other Grand Slams. It's one of my favorite events. I love coming to Australia. It reminds me a little bit of South Africa, and I don't get to go back a whole lot, so that's something special as well.
Have you had a chance to enjoy Melbourne much since arriving here?
Not so much, just a little bit, just staying at downtown in the High, which is actually the first time I've always stayed at housing. So it's a little bit different. I think Melbourne has a lot of great food. Always finding somewhere for dinner is always sort of a bit of a challenge because there's so many options.